Hey folks, let's take a few minutes and talk about the process of creating a new blog post. Now, generally speaking, creating a WordPress blog post is really not that difficult. All you need to do is add your blog post title, and within this area here, you just add in your content. So, normally, what you would do is get some text, write your blog post article, then go to add media to upload several images. So let me just add a few and insert them into our blog post. Okay, so here we have two images that I decided to add. You can add text in between images and so forth. So this is pretty much the entire process for creating a blog post within the default settings of WordPress. We then also have the option of selecting categories to which it is related to, and you also have the option to add in a featured image, and normally the featured image would serve as the blog post cover image within the listings page. For example, like this page over here, this would be the featured image. Alright, so this is it in terms of the default options for WordPress. However, we've added several other options for us to look into. The first option is a title block, and this area was set up initially within the page settings of your Flow theme area. So if you went to Flow theme, pages, and you went to blog post, you selected the default layout for your title block. Now this is done mainly if you know the type of layout that you're going to use for your blog post title. You simply select that and you do not need to mess around with these settings any longer. However, if you do decide to change the position of your title block for any reason, simply click here and then you'll be able to make the necessary adjustments. So you can either have the title block above your featured image or the cover image for your blog post, or below the cover image of the blog post. Alright. Next off, we also added a section that's called special block. Special block is just some additional sections that you can add to your blog post, for example, like blog post credits. This area is also adjusted within the Flow theme pages blog post section. You see that we have section 4.6.3 called a special block. Once you click here, we have two different layouts for us to choose from. The layout that you choose here will be the default option, and then you can make adjustments to the fonts within this area as well. So if you do decide to use a different special block type, go ahead and select this option. But to give you a quick intro into some of the main differences here, essentially type A, this pretty much just focuses on showing your blog post categories on the left hand side, and it also provides an additional text area just to add a column of text. For type B, this layout is slightly different. As you can see here, we have something like your blog post credits. Maybe you want to mention any specific people on that particular shoot with you, or on the travel of the event, whatever it may be. You can add your blog post credits here, and then also a quick text intro into that area as well. Now this area can also be left blank if that is required. Alright, so let's just go ahead and build out our first blog post. So we have a special block. Let's stick with type A for this one. We have our related posts. I want you to select more than one blog post for this. And if we click on generic options, let's just go ahead and add a simple line of text to that area. Okay, so now that we've added that, let's go ahead and publish our post and see what we've come up with so far. Alright, so here we have our blog post title above our featured image. Next, we also have our related blog posts. Then we have our main text content that was added within this area here. And this line of text was, or is essentially, the line of text that we added from our special block section right over here. Okay, so this is one layout that we have. Our next layout, let's go back to special block, select this option, and as you can see, we also have another field unfold within this area. So generic options will keep the same line of text. For type B option, we can add additional information. So click on add block. We'll add title text, just for the sake of the following video to move a little bit faster. Okay, we'll go ahead, click on update, and we will refresh the following page once again. Alright, so as you can see here, our content shifted. It is now center aligned, and essentially we have our main blog post text content. However, before the blog post, we have some additional text. This could be our blog post credits, as mentioned earlier, and we have another quick intro into the blog post before the actual content kicks in. Alright, now you can technically leave this area blank if you simply want to have all of your content center aligned, because quite honestly it may be a little bit inconvenient to have all of your content shifted to the right hand side. So what you can do is simply remove these blocks, go over to generic options, and also remove the following text. Click on update, and if we refresh the following page, you'll see that our content above is gone and our blog post content is center aligned. Alright, so this is for those of you who prefer to have your content center aligned, which I believe would be most of the cases. It is not mandatory for you to add in the text area as additional information in the text area. So technically these can be skipped if you will not be using those for whatever reason. If you do select type A, keep in mind that your blog post content will shift to the right hand side because of the related blog posts located on the left side of your post. Alright, so that's just something to keep in mind. Another feature that we've added for your blog post is an option to add a video embed code above the featured image. Alright, so we have an example of the following blog post within video post, and you'll see that by adding the embed code into this area, you end up having a play button right over your blog post. So far guys, these are the new features that we've added to our theme. As mentioned earlier, you do have the option of creating a generic WordPress blog. However, some other features have been added to spice things up a little bit. Alright, so thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you guys around later.